Call the meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Dr. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes. Next will be the moment of silence by our Board Vice President, Mr. John Cockrell.
As we begin this meeting, let us pause for a 60-second moment of silence to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activities.
All right. Next item will be the Pledge of Allegiance led by our Board Clerk, Dr. Brandy Roulette.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item will be approval of the board meeting minutes for July 13th. Any discussion?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Dr. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes. Next item will be a vote or discussion on a net Christmas stipend of $500 for all district employees. Mr. Perry, anything you'd like to add?
Well, we spent some time this summer really looking at our budget. Natalie Enoff really crunched the numbers, and we held off a little bit longer before announcing the stipend because we wanted to make sure we could give them maximum amount or present that to you to make a choice. And I think the beauty of it, there's equity for all of our employees, and it's a net take-home pay of $500. So the gross could be a little bit more, but every employee will receive at least $500. And I think it's a great time of year for our employees to have that money for Christmas. And I hear it over and over again how much they appreciate that. So we're, as a school district, we realize that you don't have to do this. This is at the pleasure of the board, and so it's greatly appreciated.
Ms. Enoff, how many years in a row have we given a stipend that you're aware of, that the board, 6? 5? Okay.
After last year, I know this one probably doesn't feel as large, but like you said at our back to school, we would give them everything if we could. But I think this was coming at a good time for our families, and they can plan ahead and know that they have a little bit in their pocket for
Agreed.
the holidays.
Well, and everyone in the district probably needs to know the only reason we gave them last year is because Natalie was out of the country.
That's
That's why we were trying to call her to ask for her feedback, and she didn't answer her phone. So,
She'll never-
unfortunately, she was in town this year, so we have to. We got to work with what we got.
And she'll never travel again.
She'll never. No, I know from yeah. For me, I do still firmly believe the board's commitment to doing everything we can to help the employees, the staff, everyone in the district. We know how valuable what they do every day is, and I know we'd give more if we could give more, but if it's not there, you can't give it. So,
Yeah, it's important to us too as a board. Obviously, teachers are everything, but so are support staff. So making sure that we're recognizing everybody, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, So we appreciate all the work you do.
okay, any discussion or any more comments?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Taylor,
Yes.
Dr. Williams.
Yes.
Dr. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell,
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes. All right. Next item, Dr. James.
Good evening, Mr. Allen, Mr. Perry, and the board members. This evening, I'm really excited to present for your approval and discussion an agreement between our district and Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology. What this will help us do is to continue building our construction program that we already have started, but offer construction 3 and 4 for our students. What's exciting is through this collaboration, we've been able to offer more certification opportunities, an ability to provide kind of a dual pathway for students who are interested in construction, because we can prepare them to go straight to the workforce or prepare them to go to college or university if that's what their pathway or their goal equals. So we are very excited. We currently already have the professors from OSU IT come and work with our professors to help align the curriculum and make sure that we have what we need to have to prepare students for that.
How many students do we have currently in the construction program?
We have approximately 130, almost 130. Yep.
Would this expand that?
Yes, sir. We actually went ahead and hired our second instructor for the program using some of our grant funds that we had. Currently we've been using. So we've added an additional teacher. We added an additional classroom. So we'll have 2 lab space going with 1 shared space for learning. We're testing for any type of micro-credentialing or any type of thing like that.
It's one of those things where I wish I had $1 for every time somebody would say to me, why don't we have shop class anymore? Why aren't we providing opportunities for students that want to work with their hands more, that may not choose that university route? And I really appreciate OSU IT stepping up, and I think the partnership is going to be great and provides a pathway where those students can earn a meaningful wage
Yes.
in an early part of their career if they stick with this program and all that they're learning and the need for it. Part of this partnership is with Tulsa Home Builders Association
Yes.
that got it off the ground, and they told us, we can hire as many people as you put out. So I think this is a great thing for our students, and we appreciate OSU IT.
Absolutely.
This is very exciting. I don't think a week goes by that I don't hear of some company that has empty bays trying to find people to fill the bays to get the work
Yes.
done. So programs like this are
Oh,
really essential.
It was interesting. Representative Chapman just reached out to Tara and I, asking for information about shop classes. And so I was like, actually,
we can
here's
do one.
what we have. So, yeah, I love that we're looking at dual things. Not all kids may need to go into construction management. Maybe they're going straight to the workforce, or they're going to work for their company's business. So we're really preparing them for any, facet of that direction. That's what excites me.
And this seems like the next step. We just approved the math classes for
Yeah.
construction, and
Yeah.
so this is exciting to see that,
Yeah.
the evolution of our steps. Will any of these classes, if they do want to take the university route, will any of these classes be transferable, like taking an AP class or something that you might be able to
Yes.
transfer to college?
Yes, absolutely. OSU IT will, they will give them prior learning credit, so
Nice.
they'll take the class, which is why it's so important for our instructors to be aligned with them, so that they're hitting everything that they would be learning in the college course. And then they will give them that prior learning credit for a very small minimal fee. The kids can have it transcripted. So
Perfect.
that's what's exciting.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I
the-
bleed orange, so go Pokes.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
Are the OSU professors, I guess, as far as involvement, will they be in the classroom, or is it more just like a mentorship
No, it's more of a
thing?
collaboration. I'm
Okay.
sure like speaking, I know they were so awesome. We met with, I know Dr. Ortez is at OSU IT's in the house with us too, but her and her team
Yes, awesome.
met with us, brought the professors, and we almost had to peel the instructors away from each other. Like, okay, we got to end this meeting, because there were just so many opportunities for them to like, hey, we can align here. They can get OSHA. We have technology you can take advantage of or have access to some software. It was just awesome. So, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of different directions that they can go for that. And students are gonna have that competitive edge. And I think that's kind of what we've been focusing on with our pathways. Whether you go to college or university for that, you're at least leaving here with a resume that has some pieces on it that give you that competitiveness that you need to compete with other employees in the workforce right now.
So the way the construction with 1, 2, 3, 4, is that freshman, like, is it linear, freshman, sophomore?
It would be, but
senior?
nothing prevents a kiddo from jumping in. So
Okay.
maybe at 9th grade, they don't think that that's their pathway. Maybe they're going a different direction. But then they become excited about it. They could naturally just move into that. And what's exciting too, as you refer to our construction math, is that nothing will prevent students from taking these courses. They're not having to get out and say, well, I haven't got my Algebra 2 credit, haven't checked this box yet. They are gonna be checking a lot of boxes within themselves. So students aren't having to choose one or the other. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
So if this thing was completely built out, what would it look like? Construction 8 would be the last class, or what is that?
Technically,
Just
construction.
like what our finish line is to have a complete construction program,
Yes.
what's that look like?
It would be construction 4, because
Okay.
that way technically a kiddo would every year would take one elective that they could take, or one of the constructions to get to that. And so that would be our complete pathway with the 4 hours or 4 courses. On top of that, we have construction math as a standalone that they could double up and take one of those years.
How many, outside of our neighbors to the west, how many high schools have this in our area?
There's, I think maybe 3 at the most. Union has it going. There's 1 TPS, maybe 2 programs in TPS. I'm looking at my peeps over here.
Union is currently working with schools at TAC, and 2 other campuses are working with career TAC.
Yeah.
So it will be the only one in the area working toward the degree program and receiving up to, potentially more, 9 semester credit hours of college credit.
Wow.
All right.
Would those only count at OSU? Would those semester credits only
Yes,
count at
yes, they would. Now, a student could always, if they weren't going that direction, or maybe they're moving someplace else, they could see if they would give the prior learning credit. We could defend that and what
We
we
kinda
offer in our
guarantee
syllabus. Yeah,
OSU?
but.
Which is still great, that's
EV,
fantastic.
yeah, and what's really good is the program they already have. So they take those 9 hours, they move directly to OSU IT, and then they're already a third of the way there. And so it's a natural progression for them to move into that.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Outstanding.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, they've been a great partner, great ideas.
Do you guys have any industry coming and asking you all, or asking the construction program, hey, for workers currently? Or we have many, like we have signing day, we've had academic signing day, and do you have any career signing days where maybe we can celebrate those young men or women coming out of that construction course to get them with their job signing, if we have that?
Not yet, but we could now.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes. I think that would be a natural
That would be
celebration
awesome.
at the end of this, the capstone of saying,
Mhm.
hey, they're moving into that or signing a college or going directly to the workforce. Yeah.
Be great.
So many, like you said, with Hardesty, all the groups that we work with, every one of them are so ecstatic about it. They're very excited. They feel like it's a natural lineation for kiddos. So I feel like that would be a great idea for us to do to celebrate that work by students.
Any other
I
questions?
make a motion to accept.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so you got a motion on the table?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second, please call the roll.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Dr. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes, thank you.
I would, if we didn't mind, recognize Dr. Ortez and her team if they want to come up. Do we
Yes,
have a
please
moment?
do.
So this is Dr. Richie Roberts, he's our new provost for OSUIT, started 6 weeks ago.
Ooh.
So starting off with a bang and this opportunity, so, thank you very much. So I just wanna say, this is an exciting opportunity. We're very excited for the students to be able to earn up to 9 semester credit hours of college credit. We haven't even started talking about the construction 4, that's the next leg, but we wanted to make sure that we took the time and opportunity with your faculty, to build out the pathway and grow the partnership. So this is one way of many, I think we'll be branching out, so thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you all for
you.
the partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ms. Barber?
Good evening, President Allen, Mr. Perry, and members of the board. Tonight, we would just love to give you an update on our emergency certification process and how we are supporting our teachers in achieving full certification. So just to go back a little bit in time, during the 24-25 school year, which was 2 school years ago, we had 130 emergency certified teachers. Last year, we started the year with 117, and by the end of the year, we got that number to 62. So made some huge progress. It even dipped into the 50s over the summer. It is back up a little bit as we have onboarded brand new people, and sometimes the only option is to hire an emergency certified teacher. And which leads to the next point. That has been a really important workforce strategy in the era that we are in. We don't have as many people going into these educator preparation programs, but our goal has always been we want to help our teachers move to a standard certificate as soon as possible. So our approach has been it's been threefold. There's 3 things we focused on. First thing is communication, second thing is support, and the third thing is accountability. We have hired a phenomenal, amazing professional standards coordinator. Her name is Jody Hacker. She started with us in February, and she's done an incredible job at just putting systems in place and building relationships with our teachers to support them in getting towards standard certification. So she's going to come up and very briefly just share some of the very specific things we've done around communication, support, and accountability. And then if you all have any questions, we would entertain those as well. So please help me welcome Jody Hacker.
Good evening. I'm just excited to have the opportunity to get in front of you tonight and just tell a little bit about what we've been doing. Like Crystal mentioned, we're really focusing in 3 areas in supporting our emergency certified teachers here in Broken Arrow. And I kind of look at these areas as almost puzzle pieces that fit together to provide this support. We have communication, support, and accountability. And first of all, our teachers need to know what they need to do to get certified. They need to have somebody supporting them along the way, and then they need to understand the expectations, the timelines, what we expect out of them, and when we want them certified. So with that first puzzle piece or strategy of communication, the first thing that we have to address is certification is so overwhelming for somebody coming in on an alternative pathway. There are a million different pathways, a million different requirements depending on your pathway. As we know, anything with the State Department tends to be a little confusing, and our teachers have just kind of been navigating it willy-nilly, not really knowing what they need to do. So one of the very first things that, well, Crystal established it before I got here. It's something I did in my prior job, so I immediately jumped on when I got here, was to develop individualized certification plans for each one of our teachers that are either emergency certified or provisionally certified. And what we do is we lay out almost a checklist. You need to do this first, this second, this third, and until you're certified. And our teachers have told us this is so helpful. And another piece of the communication process is weekly check-ins. Just sharing news, resources, reminders related to certification. And I don't just do that just to do it. I do it to bring certification back to the forefront of their minds when they see Jody reach out on Friday. Oh yeah, I do need to schedule that test. It's just that little reminder, hey, I'm over here and you still need to be certified. So that's the reason I do that. And we also celebrate progress. We have teachers that whether they are finishing up their certification and now hold a standard certification, or they just passed a test that they've really been struggling to pass, we try to celebrate that big. I copy Crystal, I copy their administrator in those email celebrations and really cheer them on, because you know, sometimes we just need that pat on the back to know that we got to keep going. So that's kind of our communication piece. Under the support piece, I'm alternatively certified myself many, many years ago, and I had to do it on my own. And I don't ever want a teacher to come into this job and think that they have to do it all by themselves. I want to hold their hand, help them figure it out, and remove the barriers that are in place that I can help remove so that they can get certified a little easier. I've sat in their shoes, I know how hard the job is, and I want to help them any way I can. So one of the big things is all of our teachers have to complete between 3 and 18 college course hours in order to obtain their standard certification. And that might not seem like a lot, but it is a lot when you already hold a bachelor's and a lot of times even a master's degree, and you know, we're working on a teacher salary. So one of the first things that I started to do when I got here was reach out to the different universities in our area and across the state, find out what opportunities there were for grants, for scholarships. And I'm happy to report I wish I had the number tonight, but I don't, but we have countless teachers who have taken advantage of some opportunities with UCO out of Central Oklahoma with an online program that they have, and Oklahoma State. And these are totally paid for, $0 out of pocket, and they can complete their certification requirement coursework. So we're super excited about that. And I'm hoping to expand that as other universities get grant money. We can dip into that and build some partnerships. So another area of support I've been working with our teachers on is testing. The test, they have to take anywhere from 2 to 5 exams just to become a certified teacher, depending on their area and their pathway. And, sometimes those tests, they're just hard. And so if I can reach out and I can find test prep resources, I've been making my own. If they don't have them, I get to put my teacher hat on for a little bit and build some study resources. I've been doing that as well. And we've also started hosting some test prep sessions for the tests that our teachers have to take, just to bring them in, tell them what's on the test and help them. So they seem to really enjoy that and like having that option right here at home. So if there's a barrier, we want to remove it. If there's a question that we can answer, we're going to answer it, and that's how we're going to support them. Now, under our last puzzle piece or strategy is accountability, okay? Now, removing those obstacles doesn't mean that we take away the responsibility of our teachers. They still have to be held accountable and have to complete certification. One of the big things that I wanted to bring forward that I know maybe we just didn't have time to really push on our teachers is the ultimate goal is full standard certification. We don't want you to ride an emergency certification for 5 years. We want you to get on a provisional the first year and then get through the steps to become a fully certified teacher. And so we've really been pushing that. We established deadlines from day one on their individualized certification plan, telling them when they're going to complete each step. And then we regularly check in with them to make sure that they're making that progress. Hey, Bill, have you passed that test yet? When does your school report come out? Try to get those dates. And you would be surprised just by setting deadlines how much harder they kind of seek out those, they get registered for the tests and then they pass the tests and they're so excited and they're like, well, why didn't I take that 6 weeks ago or 6 months ago? So that's been really beneficial, just setting those deadlines. And we also, when we are checking that progress, we try to loop in their administrators when we can. Not to be punitive, but we want the administrators to also realize this is another thing on this person's plate that they're working on, and have the administrators help support us and support that teacher in becoming certified. So that's kind of where we are in our process. I have a lot more goals and ideas, but that's how far we've come in 6 months. We're bringing those numbers down. We've received overwhelmingly positive feedback from our teachers that we're supporting. They love having somebody just to pick up the phone and call whenever they have a question, or have a liaison between the State Department and themselves, because who wants to sit on hold with the State Department? So but it's been really positive. I'm just excited about all of the great things we're going to continue to do, and I sincerely thank all of you for allowing me this opportunity. It's been wonderful.
I know 3 or 4 years ago when I'd be out at sites, I heard it over and over again. It's so frustrating with the moving target of hitting that mark of the testing and getting certified. And I really, this last year, it's kind of gone quiet. So I know you're making an impact because I hear about the frustrations.
Yes.
I know Mr. Stecker has talked for the last couple years about we need to recruit new teachers, but we need to retain the teachers we have too. That's been like a part of your vision for your department, and part of that is helping these emergency certified teachers get fully certified. Mm-hmm. And we've that's shown in our numbers this year for new teachers. It's down for the 4th year in a row of new teachers to the district. So yes, we appreciate all your hard work. It's paying off.
Well, thank you. Thank you
I
very
love the
much.
individualized plans, because then they feel seen, like it's not
Mhm.
just this blanket plan that everybody's on, it's their individual. And
Yes.
yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yes, I think they really appreciate just having that checklist and being able to check those off, yeah.
Well, and then, to me, it shows that you got an employer that really cares about you being the best qualified teacher in that classroom instead of just hiring you and saying, take care of yourself.
Sure.
If you don't have it, we'll get rid of you when you don't have it. So
Yes.
we're doing our part as a district as well. Ms. Cocker brought up a question. Are we assisting in some of those expenses for classes that they may have to take?
We have the tuition reimbursement program, and that covers, a certain amount of it, but it doesn't always cover all of it, depending how many people are applying to the tuition reimbursement. So many of them are taking advantage of that. But if we can help them get a scholarship where it's $0, it's a win-win for all of us. So that's a great opportunity, and that money exists for sure out there with universities.
You said something about a 5-year window that they have, I guess, in order that they have to get certified by if they're emergency. Is that right, or whatever
No,
that is?
so what I'm recommending at this point is within the first year that they go ahead and take their test and get on a provisional certificate. So I don't want an emergency certification, ideally in a perfect world, to go beyond 1 year.
Okay.
I want them to move on to a provisional and then work towards those steps to get fully certified. Once you get on a provisional, you have 3 years to finish everything. So that would be a total of 4 years
Okay.
if you needed it.
What expenses are we not covering for the tuition?
Crystal, do you want to explain a little bit more about how the reimbursement program works?
Yeah, so just to pull back something, we had a policy, you all approved a policy a couple months ago for our special education teachers. So that's one barrier we were able to remove with allowing our special ed or any gen ed that wants to test in special ed, we have a reimbursement for those exams. As far as tuition reimbursement is concerned, we have kind of a pot for support and certified. So every semester there's different timelines on when they can apply for that tuition reimbursement. And we have a team that meets and looks at that and then reimburses based on the funds available. But as Jody said, if we get these full scholarships for our teachers, there's zero out of pocket versus the tuition reimbursement. They have to pay up front and get reimbursed.
I appreciate your explanation and just wow, like how much work these teachers are putting in. I think there's a lot of narratives going around that we're just kind of emergency certified means a warm body in the classroom, and that's clearly not the case here, right? We've got people who are, like you said, they've even have master's degrees and they want to be here, and so I think just appreciate you coming and really thoroughly explaining kind of what
One
that
more
looks like
point.
and how you're helping.
Yes, thank you. One more point on the, and Mr. Perry mentioned this, the data that is produced by OEQA actually shows us that an emergency certified teacher, if they get on a provisional, their retention rate is a little bit higher. Once they move to a standard certificate, retention is even higher. So we are absolutely supporting that retention and getting them on standard certificates per data from the OEQA.
Awesome.
Just went to
Go ahead, Alphonse.
just went to a national conference, and this is nationwide, 50% of the teachers that are entering the profession are leaving within the first 5 years.
Wow. It's a tough profession. You need a lot of support.
Well, and it's nice to see, because I think at one time we were like at 10% of our total teaching staff was emergency certified.
Because we have
So,
1,400 certified, and a couple years ago we were at 130. So, yeah.
So that's great work.
Do you know what we're
You all.
starting at this year?
We are starting as of today,
62.
and this is, as of today, actually, when we onboarded a lot of people just in the last month, that number has come up to 93.
Okay.
So our goal is to get that back down, and
Yeah,
we have
still
people, it's kind of a little bit misleading, because we have people that are finishing traditional pathways
Okay.
that don't have those degrees conferred at this moment, so we had to get them on an emergency just so we're ready for the school year, but they'll be on a standard here pretty quick. So there's some things there, but we want to say thank you to Mr. Stecker for your visionary leadership and getting this division in place, and thank you to the board for all your support.
Thank you for
Thank
all your
you
hard
for
work.
everything.
It'd be nice to see this, like in May, what those numbers look like
yeah.
in May of where we
I agree.
If you'll-
where we
if you'll
started
let
and
us,
where
we'll
we
be
ended up
back.
at. It'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yes, we'd love to.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Next items, comments from the public. We have none. Then the next item will be the consent items 10 through 89. Any discussion or anything that anyone needs to pull? If none, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Yes.
Dr. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell,
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes. Ms. Eniff?
Good evening. Tonight I'm seeking your approval for the estimate of needs for the 26-27 school year. This is a process that we perform annually as we close out one fiscal year and transition to a new one. It's essentially a cash audit of all of our appropriated funds. So that's kind of what kicks off our financial reporting. It's an exercise completed in the finance office. It's reviewed and cross-checked with our OCAS data. Our auditor reviews it, and then it is sent on to the county excise board for approval. Essentially, it sets our legal limitations for our appropriated budgets, and then in about a month from now, I will be back with an operating budget to present to the board for approval.
Ms. Eniff, is there a number that we tie associated with this motion, or is it just the estimated needs based on what you're reporting here?
That's the motion.
Okay. Any questions? Or discussion?
I make a motion to approve?
A second.
Motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Mrs. Taylor,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Dr. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell,
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes. Mr. Leach?
Good evening, Mr. Perry, President Allen, members of the board. Tonight, I recommend for your approval a listing agreement between Broken Arrow Public Schools and Pennington and Associates to list for sale the vacant properties at the following locations: the 1.89 acres at 300 East Jackson, the 40 acres adjacent to the Broken Arrow Freshman Academy, and 1.83 acres south of Houston and Elm, all in Broken Arrow. The proceeds from these sales will be deposited into the building fund. So these three properties have already been declared surplus and have all been offered for public sale, and we received no bids on any of the properties, which then allows us to list them with a broker.
Any discussion or questions?
Just for clarification, we're just listing, we're not taking action on it. If we get, we'll discuss again, right? If we
Just
actually get-
approving the listing agreement, which then allows Pennington and Associates to offer them for public sale and to represent the district in any sale.
I make a motion to approve?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Taylor,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Dr. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell,
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes. Next item, Mr. Blackburn.
Good evening. I'm coming to the board tonight for basically for your approval of a single policy change. This is in reference to the attendance across the district as we work to find ways to work with parents and also improve the overall attendance. We noticed that in one of our own policies it was bogging us down, and this policy 4030 addresses that issue and makes it a little bit more efficient in regards to the processing of those absences and working with parents.
Any discussion?
This is the policy that changes it from 5 days to 2 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Taylor,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Dr. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell,
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes. Next item, Ms. Schwab. Mr. Woot not with you tonight?
He's back.
He don't want to talk to us? Come on now.
So, good evening, President Allen, Mr. Perry, members of the board. Tonight, I'm seeking your approval to transition the district's voluntary benefits, for example, disability, cancer, critical illness, and accident coverages from our current vendor to Alliant, with the products being underwritten by Symetra. The new voluntary benefits would become effective January 1 of 2027, and there is no cost to the district.
And this will not disrupt anybody's benefits in between now and then? It'll be
Correct.
okay.
And honestly, if they have some benefits that they wish to retain with our current vendor, they can do that if it's maybe an age-banded product. So that would also be a possibility.
Oh, perfect.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions or discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Taylor,
Yes.
Dr. Williams,
Yes.
Dr. Roulette,
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell,
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes. Next go ahead.
I voted no, but not on purpose. Okay.
Next item's new business. We have none. Next item will be moved to executive session.
Make a motion, move to executive session.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
Dr. Williams?
Yes.
Dr. Roulette?
Yes.
Mr. Cockrell?
Yes.
Mr. Allen?
Yes. Everyone have a wonderful start to the school year.
Yes.
It's already started.